God of War 2018 was a game I really didn't have a good time with. If you're watching from TikTok, then you already know this. But now with Ragnarok out, I got to plant myself down and play it start to finish to see if Santa Monica Studios could pull me back into this revival of the series. I'm here. We're ready to go. Sorry about that. So, is God of War Ragnarok really that good? Is it a masterpiece? Well, no, it's not. This is definitely the lowest point of the game so far. Holy shit, I hate the camera so much. Of course it's not, you know what account you're watching. However, as someone who hated God of War 2018, Ragnarok changes a lot of stuff to win me over. First off, we're going to talk about the combat, which is way better in Ragnarok. Enemy variety, a new weapon, tools to use in the environment, and verticality all help this combat system actually become competent. It's amazing how small quality of life changes can affect a game so much. It also doesn't hurt that we now have a brand new character to control. And while his time in the game playable is limited, I actually really enjoyed his combat a lot. One downside is that there's still no form of skill-based XP, no rewards for pulling off successful combos or avoiding being hit. It sucks because I really feel like a combo counter would do absolute wonders for this game, but it's still good to see them fixing some of the issues with the combat that a loud minority of us were ranting about. Unfortunately, one thing they haven't fixed is the camera. The camera has always been a huge problem for me and it's still relevant here. I hated it in the Berserker fights against multiple enemies when the camera would zoom in really close and tight when you got down to the last enemy. Made me die so many times because sometimes enemies are just jumping all over the place and having to reposition the camera just to get some hits in is annoying and unintuitive. What I'd really like in an ideal world is a camera like Devil May Cry's, which is semi-third person, zoomed out, and also still fully controllable. Don't go back to the fixed camera angles of the original games. Evolve the DNA of them. Speaking of bosses, most of them are actually quite good. I mean, yeah, the moveset is simplistic for most of them, but I can't lie and say I didn't enjoy finally being the person who silences Heimdall. That was tight. Oh, he had to block. Really strong Hermes vibes on that fight, by the way. Oh, you can really tell the devs have taken notes from FromSoft with these bosses. Well, most of them. Okay, time to hit him. Oh, no. He climbs back. Yep, that's perfect, dude. That's so sick, bro. Because they all feel very Souls-like, with tight dodging and parrying to help you get the upper hand. And what about the story? I mean, that is the focus of these games. How was it? Well, it was actually quite good for the most part. The relationship between Atreus and Kratos is the best it's ever been in sections of this game, and the variety of characters you meet always keeps things interesting. But, and there is a but, and you knew it was coming, there is just so much needless, boring, nothing going on in this game. Walking, climbing, crawling, it's all here, folks, and it's all in service of the no loading screen, one take camera this game desperately wants to achieve. Call me crazy, but it's times like this I'd rather just hit X and appear in the next area, or have something just appear in my inventory after looting, which I know isn't fitting with this game's whole one-cut camera nonsense, but I grew up on a PS1. Nothing is too video gamey for me. 2018 had this too, but I felt like Ragnarok actually had less of it, but still an amount I wasn't happy with. Unfortunately, it's all still unskippable, the same as 2018, so you won't catch me in a rush to play through this 20+ hour story again. Now, Ironwood. Oh, the objective's right there, just, it's taking so long, bro. Oh my god, it's so boring. I absolutely hated Ironwood. This level bogged down the pacing of the entire game and is all the issues I have with these games personified. Slow walking, tick. Loads of unskippable, low player interaction moments, tick again. It's like it's here to break up the pacing, but instead of giving us a slower moment, perhaps just with Kratos and Atreus, it chooses to introduce us to a boring new character that by the end of the game I kind of even forgot existed until she showed up for the last 10 minutes. So boring. As soon as she said, let's pick fruit, I tuned out, bro. So boring. Take this level out of the game entirely. It only serves to show us that Atreus has a degree in quantum physics, and tell us a bit more history and prophecy about the giants, which they could have done any other way. But while we're on the story, I'm a film student and I work in media, so while I don't like this stuff in my games, I certainly have an appreciation for it. The music, shot composition, and acting in this game is truly extraordinary. Like on another level of good. Even the writing has seen a massive improvement from 2018 in my opinion. Certainly made me very hype in a lot of moments throughout the game, which my Twitch chat was surprised to see.
Can't let it control me.
Let's go! Oh my god. Oh, yeah, bro. That was great. That was such a good moment. Holy shit. Deadbeat enjoying a God of War game? Unheard of. So look, if you like these slow, cinematic, walkie-talkie games, then yes, you're definitely going to enjoy Ragnarok. These games just aren't made for me anymore, and I'd be willing to accept that with any other franchise, but I grew up on the original God of War games, man. Those games introduced me to action titles, and I played them all right up until Ascension. I guess I'm so defensive of the type of game God of War used to be, because I really held those games close to my heart and in high regard. Not to say things can't evolve, but I feel like if we reverse what they did to God of War and did it to a franchise like, say, Uncharted, which is more serious and grounded, and took Nathan Drake and put him on this murderous quest for revenge where he becomes a serial killer with no remorse, double jumping all over the place, the general population would be a little confused, no? That's exactly how I feel about these new God of War games. But enough ranting about my personal issues with the series deciding to go in a different direction that most people are generally responding very positively to. Summed up, Ragnarok expands on almost all gameplay mechanics in the first game and fleshes them out just that little bit further so that hack and slash elitists like me can at least have a fun time with a more simple combat system. And the story is without a doubt incredible. However, the awkward pacing of it all with many boring, unskippable sequences is really what pulls it down for me here. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, and you can bet your ass that's far higher than even I thought I was going to be giving it, but I was pleasantly surprised. If you like this sort of long form content, go check me out on Twitch and TikTok. I post very regularly on TikTok. And feel free to give me some video ideas, I'm looking for more. Thanks so much for watching all.